Okay, so let's go over how a do while loop works. So the basic syntax of it looks like this. The do, and there's a code here inside it, and then outside the do while loop, there's a while here. The do loop, there's a while here, and inside while there's a condition. And this is how it pretty much works. So this code here is the code before the loop. So the code like out here. Then what happens next is we enter the do part of the loop, and then we just immediately execute whatever inside it. Okay, so there's no like checking if something is true or not. We just execute whatever code is inside it. Then we go to the while part. We check if while is true. If it is true, then we go very back to the beginning of the do part, and then we execute everything all over again. Now, if it's false, then we just exit. False. Okay, so that's pretty much how a do while loop works. Now, let's do a quick example. So, well, let me set up my scanner. And so pretty much what I'm going to do is declare my data and sum. Okay, my sum will be 0. So actually, let's call it my number. So do, then inside the code, we'll do a print statement quickly. Enter a integer. Ends if 0. Now for my number, it'll be, let's collect user input. And then let's sum everything all up. Okay. Now at the end, we'll do our while. And as long as my number does not equal 0, we'll continue executing this do while loop. And then at the very end, we'll print out my sum. My sum is there. All right, and then close the scanner at the end. So let me run this code. Enter a integer, 4, enter an integer again, 6, again, 8, let me do 0. My sum is 18. So yeah, that looks correct. All right, now let's do a quick example. So it asks us what's the difference between a while loop and a do while loop. All right, so pretty much the difference between actually let me go to that part after we do the second part. So let's do the second part first. Convert the following while loop into do while loop. Okay, so everything here will remain the same. It's just this portion we have to change. It's honestly really easy to change it. So what we're gonna do is do the following. We're gonna put a do here. Then let me quickly indent everything. Sum plus equals number. System.out.println. Enter. Okay, I'll just call it text. Let's have let's just do this because I don't want to really write all that. Okay, so text pretty much represents all of this inside the print line statement, and then at the end we'll do number is equal to input dot next int. All right, and then at the end it'll be our while, and it'll be number does not equal 0. All right, so what's the difference between these two? Well, let's say not, when we have to put in our number, let's say we put in 0, then this code will not never execute. So we'll literally just skip it and then move on to the next line. But if we replace it with a do while loop, then it'll pretty much imagine the while loop executing one time and then escaping. That's what a do while loop is. That's what a do while loop does. It kind of executes the while loop for like one time, even though the condition is false, and then it'll escape. All right. So here is, so if our number was originally 0, it's just going to execute this portion. It's not going to give it any like incorrect values. It's just going to sum all the zeros up. So we only have 1 0. The sum will be equal to 0. Then ask us to enter another number. We're going to put in 0 again, and then it's going to check that, hey, the statement is false. Then we leave the do while loop. All right. And if checks that this is actually true, then we're going to execute. Then we're going to re-execute the do while loop again. Okay.